Yung Aquino was told nga daw to back off na sa Senate hearing with regards to yung hearing ng Makati City.
We were discussing with Kong Erin na, 'di ba, for purposes of for the election, ang daming signals na kumakalat sa sa kaliwat kanan na you don't know what to...
Kanino nanggagaling.
Yes, kanino nanggagaling
Kaya nakakalito. Pero, well, it is the right, karapatan ng Pangulo na magbigay ng mensahe.
Yeah.
No? Maybe it's a private message. Ang hindi ko alam bakit lumalabas ng ganon. And kung ito ay sinasadyang ipalabas o hindi. Dahil alam naman natin na nanggaling sa legislative branch si Pangulo, alam ng Pangulo na may independent, independent institution and legislative branch, and they have their own rules to follow, and they can continue with any investigation if they see that this investigation is necessary in finding the truth.
Yung po nga, while I understand na yung presidente natin may right to convey mga messages, yung mga ganyan, it's also fair na lang din na wag na lang natin malaman kung whatever messages yung mga sinasabi niya, yung mga side messages, because para matigil na yung laging depensa ng kabilang kampo naman na this is just a political propaganda, 'di ba? Yung ganon. Kasi we all know naman na talagang hindi sila magkaalyado
I have a question, Kong. Yung messages like this ba was masasakop ng FOI bill mo if ever na ipasa?
Hindi. Executive privilege yan unless it is released by them.
Di mo kailangan FOI. May message na lang.
Meron na nagre-release na mismo, di ba?
Pero come to think of it,
pero kailangan natin
to think of it, Kong, kung di ba sinasabi lang niya on the site, tapos bigla nagugulat tayo na naririnig na lang natin, bigla-bigla. Di dapat nagagalit siya dun sa nagsasabi at dapat na-fire na niya ngayon. Ibig sabihin, gusto din niya na mailabas.
Sabi daw nila, Kong, is what Pinoy is doing, he's playing safe at this moment. Because he saw daw ang sabi ng isang analyst, nakita daw ni Pinoy nangyari kay Gloria. That for 9 years, one of the most powerful women, di ba, sa Asia. And after that, where is she now? So ang ginagawa daw ni Pinoy, he's not trying to agitate si VP Binay just in case he wins. And yet, he's not trying to agitate yung liberal side just in case ang liberal ang manalo. So he's in the middle as of the moment. So that which side wins, he'll be in safe water. Yan ang sabi ng mga analysts. So yung pagpasa daw kay Senate President Ron, it's a very calculated move daw on their part. Because sabi mo nga, Kong, hindi naman lumalabas ang messages like this unless may prior approval yan.
Of course. Yes. Of course. So, ganyan naman talaga yan Dahil alam natin kung ano yung dapat tinatago at alam natin kung anong dapat ilalabas. Kaya kung alam natin kung ano yung ilalabas, ano yung motibo dito, ano yung objective. So nagugulat lang ako at tama lang na nagsalita rin si Senator Coco, na dapat pabayaan ng Senado kung ano man ang gusto nilang gawin at ano yung pace na gusto nila. As a matter of fact, mabilis na rin nga ang Senado They've been holding their hearings almost every week. It just so happens na sumasanga yung issue. Lumalaki. Hindi kasalanan ng mga senador yan.
Kasi may mga nauungkat.
Hindi natin pinag-usapan yung debate.
Kahapon yung pag-atras.
Ganda ng debate.
Saan?
Hindi mo magiging bearing yun dun sa parang trustworthiness ni Vice President Binay? Kasi parang kung siya mismo magiging, kunyari, manalo siya bilang Pangulo, maasahan ba natin na, kunyari, may certain issues, atras siya bigla sa mga issues na gano'n?
Well, sabihin natin, parang, kung mananalo si VP Binay sa elections, tapos na yung issue. Nanalo siya No? Ang kailangan nga, pinag-usapan nga natin ito, na itong pag-atras ni Vice President Binay sa debate, calculated move yan. Calculated move. Alam na niya na ang pag-atras niya meron epekto sa kanyang survey ratings. Pero pinag-aralan rin nila na kapag siya'y pumasok sa debate,
will be worse.
Pwedeng mas malala, pwedeng mas hindi. Siyempre, kung mas magiging malala yan, baka yung base mismo kung saan siya nakatayo, yun ang mawala rin sa kanya. Kaya ang pinili niya i-secure yung base niya,
Yes.
gamitin yung rason na, this is all political naman no? This is all political, wala naman silang nilalabas
Yes,
na totoong ebidensya, so guluhin na lang yung...
Tama ka, Kong.
Kung may immunity ba siya sa mga ganyan? Like for example, is there a way para ma-force siya para pumunta doon sa isang hearing para questionin
Alam mo,
siya?
ito yung hinihintay ko sa Senado na kay Senator Coco, no, in fairness, or Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, itulak nila yung envelope, no? Ayaw dumalo, i-cite nila for contempt. Not
At least
because
may
that
basihan.
we are questioning the right of the Vice President not to attend, but we need guidance on how these kinds of cases should be handled by the Senate.
Yes,
So the Supreme Court would have to come in, no, and give a clear guidelines. Ang Vice President ba ay hindi immune, no, exempt from attending investigations of the Senate,
Yeah.
no?
Dapat
Right now walang clear answer So kung isa-cite for contempt si Vice President Binay, I'm sure Vice President Binay will go to the Supreme Court questioning the contempt, no? So para at least maging maliwanag.
At least a test case.
Test case.
Oo, kasi on one side, people are saying he is just merely a member of the cabinet of the president and an
Yes.
extra. On the other hand, they're saying, di ba, in order of rank, he is the second highest official. So we have two arguments in nila. So
Oo.
it will be interesting to see how the Supreme Court nga, sabi mo,
Yeah.
interprets this.
Tapos yung usapin, lahat ba ng impeachable officers ay immune from suit while they are in office? Ang klaro lang, yung presidente.
Presidente,
No?
yeah.
Paano ngayon yung Supreme Court Chief Justice,
Vice President.
members of the other Supreme Court Justice, members of the Supreme Court, the Vice President, the Ombudsman, members of the Constitutional Commission, lahat ba sila immune from suit habang sila'y nasa opisina? Hindi
It's not
clear.
stated.
It is not stated. What is clear only is the position of the office of the president. And these people now are using, since the president is can be impeached only, no, and I'm also I can only be removed through impeachment. Ergo, no, I'm also immune from suit since the president's immune from suit. So yun yung logic doon.
Pero kung, di ba, kung yun nga, kung ang nakalagay lang naman sa atin, ang pinaka-clear ay yung presidenteng immune, the rest is wala namang clear stated na
Yes.
immune. Dapat they go on with their lives and then sue
Yes, because
whoever's
in law it's
liable.
also stated that unless expressly
Yeah nga.
provided for,
So,
no,
whoever's
all the rest
liable.
are not immune from suit.
Yeah.
So yun yung pan. Pero yun nga, hanggat walang klarong posisyon ang Korte Suprema dito, syempre, anyone in any position. For example, let's say the case of Grace Padaka. When she was being charged, di ba, for certain actions with regard to her being a governor in Isabela. She was appointed COMELEC commissioner. And because of that, she mentioned that the Sandigan Bayan cannot hear her case dahil she's an impeachable officer. No? Sayang hindi natuloy yung pagkaupo niya dahil that would be also a test case. Hindi na re-appoint si Grace. So we don't know kung itong test case na ito patuloy pa rin didinig.
In case, since walang clear cut, no, and apparently ngayon lang natin nararamdaman yung ganitong mga klaseng kaso, can they come up with implementing rules agad? Kasi
Hindi.
parang di ba, ito siya lang ang immune, yung iba hindi naman clear.
Hindi,
Can they come up with
dapat
something like that?
merong dumulog talaga sa Supreme Court. Not anyone can just write. No.
Not anyone.
For example, with regard to yung impeachable officers na minention sa under the Constitution, it would have to be clear in the Constitution. So that would call an amendment for the Constitution to specifically identify. Ngayon, kung wala tayong amendment sa Constitution, now it would be the courts that would interpret, no? Kung sakop ba sila sa immunity from suit, sakop ba sila sa di pagpunta sa mga Senate or House probes. No, doon lang natin malalaman sa isang desisyon ng korte. So, yun ang sayang Push the envelope. Kailangan para at least maski tayo maging clear kung ano ba yung dapat sundan.
Kung senator ka, why wouldn't you push the envelope?
I wouldn't know. Ako, I would push the envelope, no? Unless the senators themselves don't want to.
Unless each of them are anticipating a Binay victory just in case. They don't wanna push it.
Well, I would think it's a matter of sending the message to Vice President Binay. Vice President, just want to be clear, no?
Yeah.
We want to be clear of the process. It is not clear in our law books. It's not clear in the Constitution. We would cite you in contempt. No, we expect you to go to the Supreme Court.
That's
Yeah.
right.
No, questioning it.
Yeah.
So at least maging
Who will
maliwanag.
send the envelope? The committee chairman or si
Well,
Senate President?
Well, since this is a subcommittee, it will be referred to the mother committee, and of course, it will be decided by members of the Blue Ribbon Committee.
Okay.
And the Senate President will just sign.
And it will be forwarded na.
To the Supreme
So, ganun yung dapat sana mangyari. Pero hinihintay nga natin. Like I said, it's not that they're afraid. It's a matter of explaining to him, we need clear rules. We need clear rules.
Yeah.
Para at
Pupuntahan
least,
ko lang ulit yung statement ni Senator Binay naman, Nancy Binay, with regards to yung debate na sinabi niya na ayaw daw niya mag-stoop down yung daddy niya sa level ni Senator Trillanes. Baka nakakalimutan niya, senator din siya. Di ba?
well, ako,
Parang, I think, kung kasi
yes.
parang I feel na meron, ako ito bilang ordinaryong mamamayan, na I feel na merong certain, what you call this, may certain na pagtingin sila sa mga sarili nila. 'Di ba, like yung nangyari sa Dasmariñas Village na I am the mayor of the city, you have to let me pass through, ganyan, 'di ba? Tapos and then it was Vice President Judge Omar Binay said na I am the Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines and they should blah blah blah. Tapos ito naman, 'di ba, yung parang I feel na meron silang certain na gano'n na ugali eh.
well, ewan ko, yung mga feeling of entitlement.
Oo,
no?
feeling of entitlement.
May mga taong ganun, may mga taong wala. No?
May natawa lang ako.
May mga taong simple lang.
Meron ding statement si Binay, di ba, na parang tinawag niyang tanga mismo si Senator Trillanes. Na, is that appropriate for a Vice President na tawagin na tanga yung Senator? Diba?
Well,
Parang
again,
ganun, diba?
depende rin sa
Isa pa yun.
These are opinions that are entitled to off-cam.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not on a
Off-cam,
very
not-
inappropriate for a person, a statesman.
Oh,
Diba?
In our times now where media plays a very important role in the political discussion, yung mga sound bites kung minsan, yan ang nagpapalagay sa iyo sa
Alangan.
news.
May mga
Alanganin.
soundbites ka na ba dati?
Ha?
Na,
Wala naman.
May tinawag kang tanga.
Hindi.
wala na.
Wala.
Very
diplomatic
careful
ako.
si
Kahit
si
about
Kong.
sila corona, wala.
Wala.
Very
Ang
careful
hindi lang
siya with
maganda
his
kasi
words.
dito, we are being looked at not only nationally but
Yeah.
internationally. So, what is the message that we are trying to convey to other countries na ganito talaga kagrabe yung politiko dito sa ating bansa? So, meron na nga tayong ganong notion. Mas lalo pa nating dinadagdagan. Tsaka pinuprove sa kanila na talagang magulo ang politika dito sa Pilipinas. Diba?
Parang yun nga, di ba, ironic lang na he claims na I'm with the masses, di ba, yung parang poor people, ganyan, tapos may ganong attitude.
Pero on a side note, no, Kong, and a very interesting take ng mga ibang people is maybe we should also review at about time yung how we elect our officials. It's because things like this happen specifically because of the system we have in terms of electing officials. It's because what happens in a 6-year term, kunyari, the president nga is not allowed to run again, di ba?
Yes.
But then again, you have the vice president, you have other officials who are in access of certain perks of their position to get them to that And like in the case daw of Vice President Binay, he's behaving like a candidate more than he's behaving like a public official.
Well, ako, tingin ko, yun yung flaw sa ating political system kung saan pinapayagan natin na ang president at vice president ay manggaling sa ibang partido kung sila ay mananalo. Dapat manggaling lang sa isang partido yung pangulo at ikalawang pangulo para itong pagtingin na yung pangalawang pangulo dahil nasa kabilang partido ay nakakaikot, nakakapagkampanya in preparation for his eventual election in the end of the term, no?
Just like in the US, di ba?
Yeah, the US. That's very ironic nga. We patterned our political structure like the US, and yet And yet, yung pagpili ng Pangulo at pangalawang Pangulo, pwedeng magkahiwalay. No? Yun ang nakagulat kung bakit pinayagan ng 1986 sa Constitutional Commission.
In layman's terms, what are the benefits of the Vice President gets elected only if his President becomes elected?
Well, ako, tingin ko at least the President would not have any problems thinking that the Vice President has a different political ideology than he has. No? So, yun, they can walk in tandem with what they do. If he leaves the country, it's automatically the Vice President who takes over, hindi yung Executive Secretary.
Yeah.
No?
True.
And then, of course, sasabihin ng Executive Secretary, hindi naman ako it's really the Vice President. Pero we know, in truth and in fact,
ES.
na it's the ES that runs the country. So ito yung mga kailangan tignan. Pero kailangan ba ng constitutional amendment. Ngayon, ano yung pamamaraan? Yan ay isang matagal na debate na hindi pa nasasagot. Gusto ng iba, Constituent Assembly, dahil ang akala nila mas mura, mas madali. Pero baka mas mabuti nga yung Constitutional Convention na lang para matapos na.
Para faster.
Para wala nang may intent, may malicious intent. No? Yung mga legislators.
extension, mga
ganun.
Public makakapag